Hey, go-getters. Welcome back to another episode of The Pursuit, where we help you awaken your potential, achieve your dreams, and leave you a legacy that you'll be proud of. Hi, I'm Patrick.
I'm Katie.
Welcome back. Today we are really focused on a topic that's personally near and dear to my heart, which is you have challenges, you have things you're trying to overcome in your business, in your life, in your career, and you're looking for that muse of inspiration to come out. And here's like the trick of it is it doesn't actually come out when you want it to. Mm-hmm. It's like, I need this idea. I have this problem I'm trying to solve. And it's like, we love if the muse of inspiration would just be there, but
if we could call her.
If we could summon it
Yes.
at our will. But no, sometimes what happens is we're left stressed, we're left stuck, and we're left without any solutions that we really need. So today we're going to be sharing our five personal best ways to overcome those creative blocks, get those problems out in the open and solved, and bring more innovation and creativity to your craft, to your business, to anything you're trying to do. So, before we jump into today, I want to set the tone a little bit about the muse of creativity. Like, this is the topic that's been around for thousands of years. I mean, this is a human challenge we've been facing for a long, long time. In fact, just to kind of look over here on the screen over here, which is not sharing. Let me come back over here until I actually hit a share button. But if you go back into Greek mythology, you will find tons and tons of examples of people talking about looking to write and create and build and just that struggle. And I think I've got the share actually working now. Let me give that a second go for those of you who are watching live. Hi. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So this is actually, if you can look over on the screen, this is actually an image of a piece of art depicting the 9 muses. They're dancing with Apollo. This idea of the muse of art and the muse of literature and the muse of creativity in any kind. There's always been these kind of concepts of this idea coming to us and that challenge of how do we summon that type of energy to help us move forward. And here's how we're going to do this today. I've got 5.
I've got 5.
I don't know what yours on your list.
Nope.
So
It's a surprise.
It's a surprise. We're going to play like a little, this is a terrible, terrible social experiment. But please play along with us, because again, the question that we're going to be asking you today is, where do some of your best ideas come from? And I don't want to prime you. I don't want to give you any examples. I just want to let the question linger out there. When you're stuck, what do you do to find that creative muse once again? So we're going to be sharing some of the things that are on our list. And we'll play the game as it goes like this. Here's the rules of the game.
Okay.
You share one, I share one. Wherever we find commonality, we get some sort of internet point.
Okay.
Okay. And let's aim for...
And you have to give me a prize.
You know, you keep upping the ante here, Kerwin. Fine. I agree to this. What is the prize? Oh, not the prize. How many in sync do we need to have? What are we aiming for here?
Well, let's go for 3.
3. Okay. You heard it, folks, here. 3 out of 5. We'll see how far we can take it. I'm going to pull up my list here, which I'm going to... You guys can't see
I won't look.
My computer screen, but I'm actively hiding my list. There you go, for those of you watching live. By the way, for those of you who are wishy-washing live, hi, welcome to it. Please jump into the comments, say hi. Want to make sure that if you have an idea, share it. We will discuss it live on the call. We asked this question earlier on socials. We have a couple of different things, so stay tuned to the very end, because we'll be sharing some community best tips that we got, as well as some extra bonus tips. So hang with us to the end. All right. Should I kick us off?
Let's do it.
Okay. I'm gonna go low-hanging fruit here. I'm jumping right into low-hanging fruit. This is gonna be the stuff that I'm gonna say probably most people would say this one. And I'm just curious if it's found your list.
Okay.
I find my best creative breakthrough block ideas in the shower. In the shower. I'm just going for an easy one there. In the shower. What do you think? Is it on your list?
Yeah, it is on the list.
Okay.
But I have more to say about it.
Okay.
So do you want to talk more?
No,
or do you want me to talk
go
more?
Go for it.
Okay. So this is on my list, and I need to take a sip of water.
Take a sip of water. We'll come back. We're just coming over cold, so we're just
all right.
piling through. Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay, do it.
So, obviously, when you are doing something, like, you're just so used to it, like, if you ask me, like, what was your shower like today? What was your shower like yesterday? I'd be like, well, I don't know. It's like a shower. It's something I have been doing for, 35 years.
You just kind of tune out.
Or like using the bathroom. How was it? Well, it was like every other time I did it. So your best ideas, I mean, a lot of your good ideas come to you in the
Potty
bathroom.
talk. We're doing potty talk today.
You know, or another time I thought of is just when you're driving. You know how you can just zone out and
Totally.
you just get into that zone?
The zone.
So I've been doing some reading and research and listening to some podcasts about tapping into your subconscious mind.
Ooh, let's talk about that.
And when you enter this state of meditation or kind of a hypnotic state, not in like the weird hypnosis way, but just more of a hypnotic state, you can enter into the theta brain waves. And in the theta brain waves, that's when your subconscious mind can come to the surface. That's when we can tap into it. So the theta brain waves show up between sleep and awake. It's that little spot between there. That's when our dreams start to pop in. And so a lot of times we do enter the theta state, whether we mean to, like you can work on it and you can work on entering that state so you can tap into your subconscious mind, which is super cool. But when you're doing a thing like driving and you find yourself like, I almost fell asleep. I think that is like the theta brainwaves that we just like get into, and then things will just pop into your mind and be like, oh, that's the thing I needed to do. Oh, that's the name of that guy from my, childhood or whatever.
The information you were looking for just kind of finds its way to you.
It just floats up to the surface.
It floats up into that space, and that actually explains one of the major things that's on my list. I don't want to give it away, but it definitely gives a clue to one of the things that's on my list. But I'm curious, I shared number one on my list, which was just that white noise of the shower. Like if I'm blocked in something, it's just like that's when the aha moment's like I figured it out. That's what it is. What's number one on your list?
So I get a lot of inspiration from listening to other people talk. Also, sometimes reading articles. But if I can listen to somebody talk about their story or their process or whatever is the thing, I can't help it but have ideas pop into my own mind, think about my own experience. And sometimes, you have a feeling or an experience and you're not really sure how to put it into words. But then when you hear somebody else put it into words, it lets you know, not that you're going to copy because it's going to be your own experience or story or whatever. But when you hear somebody else put it into words, it makes my brain turn on. So that's something I like to do, is listen to a podcast. Or I'm not much of a video watcher. As Patrick knows, I'm more of a listener or a reader.
Yeah.
So if I can read something or have it come into my mind like that, it always sparks ideas for me.
I think that kind of brings up an interesting point, because I think we're all different learners and we all learn differently. And some of us are very visual. We need that visual. Like I said, I'm a video watcher. I'm like YouTube. That's where I go to get a lot of ideas. Other people go to different places. Some people like to listen or just live, whatever it is. But what I want to bring up again, the question of today is, where do your best ideas come to? Let us know in the comments below. We're hoping the tech is working and all your comments are coming through, but we love to share and feature your ideas live on the show. So my number one in terms of overcoming creative blocks and finding the places or situations where those ideas can come out. I said the shower, and you said just being out there and just being inspired by other people's content, whether it's podcast or video, whatever it is. Cool.
But we get a point because I had shower.
You had shower. Okay, showers on your list? Okay,
yeah, I had shower.
We get 1 point.
Because that was the theta thing.
Okay, so
that was a theta brainwaves thing. So
those of you who are just joining in, Katie and I we have not shared our lists with each other, and if we can get, I don't know who struck this deal. If we get 3,
I get a prize.
You get the prize. Okay.
Yes.
I see how this marriage works. Okay, no arguments. All right, so here's number 2 on my list. Number 2 on my list is, when I'm stuck, when I need that creative idea to get to that next level, I will find time to sit quietly for at least 10 minutes and meditate. I find that when I just clear my mind of thoughts and sit, stillness itself seems to be the plane in which creativity breaks through and I'm able to get to that new idea. And I'm curious if any of you are listening right now, if meditation actually made it onto your list of the things, or stillness practice, whatever language you want to use, that really got you out of that stuck place where you could start to solve problems and break through into a new place in your business, in your life, and all the rest of the things. Did meditation make it onto your list? Probably don't think it did.
Well, I'm sort of new to meditation. But I would say yes, because like I said, I am trying to find more stillness, to look within myself and, unblock these things that I think might be holding me back from having my biggest ideas and showing up as the fullest person that I can. And meditation is a really good way to do that.
I agree.
So I agree. Technically, I did write meditation on the list as more of a suggestion and then
Okay,
than
I don't
a
know
personal.
if I can count that because you have a
I don't
prize
know.
on the line.
It's
So I'm
iffy.
not, okay.
It's iffy.
Okay, what's your number 2?
Okay. Changing my space.
Changing your space.
Changing my space.
Let's talk a little
I
bit more about what you
sometimes
mean by that.
feel if I am in like my work building or even my house, which I love, I feel like I'm a bit in a prison. So it really blocks me, and just staying in the same place for a long time doesn't enliven creativity and ideas in me. So I find that changing my space is a great way to do it. Usually it means going outside and taking a walk.
Okay.
So
Changing your environment.
changing my environment. And the problem is that it's been super hot. I don't know. I don't really want to
We're in Michigan. It's 90 right now.
take a
92.
walk in the middle of Detroit in the 90-degree weather over my lunch break and come back all sweaty. It's not my ideal. So I usually try to do that walk in the morning
Yes.
or in the evening when the sun is not so sunny and it's a little bit cooler. So that gives me some relief and helps me change it up.
Okay,
So
so
changing my environment.
changing your environment. So, okay, I've got a crossover here, and I'm just wondering if this counts. Tell me if this counts. On my list, number 4 is going for a drive, and then there's a note by myself. I love y'all, but get out of my car so I can have some alone time to drive and think and process my life and come up with ideas. Does that count? Can we say driving and walking?
Yeah,
The essence
I
of
think
it's the
so.
same.
I think so.
Okay. You're two on the way to some magical prize, which I will discover at a later time what this is and have to provide said prize. All right. What else you got? I'm gonna pivot back to you.
Okay, me. So this is something that does not help me. Scrolling social media. And it's weird because I do it all the time. I am hooked on my phone.
Preach.
I am hooked on social media. And so I find that if I scroll on social media, it actually makes me dull. It makes me duller. It doesn't inspire me. Now, sometimes social media is super good. You can find lots of inspiration from someone you're looking at, or you're watching a video. And like I said, like I like listening to people talk. But if you are mindlessly scrolling, spending hours, people spend hours doing it, and it's so weird.
No, for sure. But can I pause you for a second right there? Because you actually said something I want to call out for a second. That endless scrolling on social media dulls you. That was the language you used, dulls you. Can you speak a little bit more into that? Because I think that's a danger point. If we want to have our best creative ideas, I think that if we're doing the thing that's actually dulling us, we should be aware of what might be going on there.
Yes. So I heard somebody say that when you're constantly reaching for your phone, you might be experiencing something that you don't want to experience. Like you're having some kind of feeling and you need to grab that phone as a little distraction. Or you're going to spend some time just, I'm a little uncomfortable. I'm a little bored. I'm a little whatever. And so if you can pause and ask yourself, like, am I trying to escape something right now? And instead of trying to escape it just to get this dulling, like drug almost.
Yeah, I'm almost.
It numbs you. What am I trying to numb by just, piecing out and scrolling on my phone? It's like entering into a frozen, numb state instead of a productive, enlivened, interesting state. So if we're grabbing that phone, it's not doing anything. So, and it's weird because I do it to myself all day. I grab that phone and I scroll through social media. So I should probably stop.
Note to self. So if you guys are
Should probably stop there.
If you're finding yourself stuck in your business or in your life, and you just need to get some more ideas into your creative work, maybe one idea we're throwing out there is maybe you're scrolling. It might be actually impeding that. I'm going to share one from mine. This is something, I think this actually goes to your theta thing. And tell me, maybe speak more on this. But for me, it's I operate best, and tell me if you're out there and you feel in the same way. Let me know in the comments. I operate best in creative windows. There are times in the day where my creative fire is like stoked. And there are times in the day where I'm just like struggling to get ideas. If it's early in the morning, right? If it's early in the morning, like 6, 7 a.m. Like I like before the sun's fully out, I feel like I'm just like I should have a journal. I always have a journal ready because I got to take some notes on my laptop personal, or if it's like late at night. So if sometimes Katie be like, I'm going to bed. Like, I'll be up in 5 minutes. Then 15 minutes later,
or 2 hours.
Sometimes, listen, when the muse comes, the muse comes. You got to run with it. Yeah. So sometimes, I'll have these ideas. This is I'm getting a little sleepy, a little dreamy when the fadeaways are kicking in.
Maybe.
And I think some of the best advice out there, if you're doing creative work and you're an entrepreneur, you're running your own business, you're just trying to make the most of your life, is you have to just never trust your memory. Never trust your memory. Oh, I'll take that note later. No. While it's there, while the fire's there, you got to take that jot.
You
honor
should.
your creativity. Not when it comes. Write that stuff. Yeah. I just censored myself. Write that stuff down.
Write it down.
Write it down.
I was listening to this masterclass with James Patterson, the author who writes all those. He's a prolific writer, and he said something. He was like, don't worry about writing your ideas down because if it's a good idea, it'll come back to you. And I was kind of like, well, I don't think that's true.
That's a lot of
James,
trust.
James, I don't think that's necessarily true because, you could just, these ideas come in and you're like, ooh, that's good. And then it just floats away.
Floats away.
Floats
away. You lose it. All right, what else is on your list?
Okay. This is my last thing, I think.
We have one more synchronization point before you get a prize.
So, oh no, this is not going to be on your list because
it's not going to be on my list
because we are very different people.
Bold proclamation. We'll see.
Looking at the computer does not spark creativity for me. Unlike you, I think maybe it does. So just let me tell you more.
Okay, yes.
So it makes me just. The computer sort of bores me. And so I found like just sitting on my computer or if I'm, looking at my phone, which is even smaller than the computer, if I can go out, this is something that I kind of do, but if I can go outside, even if I just go stand outside, whatever, and I can take my eyes and just look as far as I can see.
Yeah.
And see as far as I can see. It is a physical act that I do with my eyes, and I truly think it opens up my awareness and it expands me. So
hold on. It expands you. I want to pause there for a moment on that because I think that's one of the major keys is when you were living in a small-minded, shrunken space, maybe it's stress, maybe it's anxiety, maybe it's just pressure from the day, and then we try to push ideas out, creativity out. It doesn't really happen. But when we can live in an expanded or big mind state, that's when the stuff comes in. So I love that idea. And I just want to put a bold underline on that one for everyone listening.
So it's unfortunate that being on the computer doesn't really enliven me or make me feel creative because I spend pretty much my whole day working on the computer at my job, just typing away.
Put that in my pocket for
and
later.
then when I say want to get home and work on my own creative things, I'm kind of like, oh, good, more time on the computer. That's just what I want to do. So not really, but a way around it that I've found that I've started to do. I don't even think that you even know this, but
oh my gosh, fresh information. Let's do it.
I know I'll be journaling. And, writing takes long ass time, right? So I would prefer to type. I'm a very fast typer. So what I do, I don't even look at my computer screen. I can type. And as long as I have my fingers on the right keys, it's going to be correct, right? So I will just look around and I will be thinking and I will be putting it into my fingers and typing it. And that takes it takes the computer kind of away from me, but I want it to be in the computer because that's where I'm going to save it. That's where I'll be able to look back if I'm taking down my ideas or my thoughts or whatever. I look around, I will type and just think about it. So that's kind of the way that I've been getting around the computer because I feel like the computer is sort of a weight around me.
Hold you down. Listen, so if you guys are enjoying this conversation and you want to contribute to it, or heck, you just want to share it out on the internet, please feel free to hit that share button. We'd love you if you did so. Let people know these kind of conversations are happening and that can really add a lot of value to someone's life. All right, so as a quick review, let's do a quick review. On my list, my best creative ideas, the things that help me break through a stuck place, a stressed place, just a slowly deteriorating space, is I've got ideas come to me in the shower. Ideas come to me when I'm meditating. These are the things that help me find the muse. I have creative windows. I'm looking at my list. I have creative windows early in the morning or late at night where I just know if I invest in those times, the ideas are going to come. You talk about going for walks. I talk about driving alone, just kind of the same thing. Last on my list, this is one of the reasons that I feel myself compelled to get back into health and fitness, and I can't deny it. I find my best ideas, my aha moments, while I'm working out, exercising, and getting into the, I guess you call it getting into the zone. I'm just like fully present,
Some people call
fully
it
there.
a flow state.
A flow state, yeah. Any of those things, like those are the things that bring out some of my best work from myself. And I'm just curious if anyone else out there has that on their list. Now, mind you, I stay to the end because I've got some bonus stuff that came from our community that I'll be sharing with you guys at the end, some extra bonus tips. But those are my 5. Now, we're looking for 3 synchronization points to get this elusive prize that you are claiming that I'm going to get for you. So I don't know if we're going to get there. Let's find out.
I don't know. I think I said my 5 already, though.
Did you say 5? Let's review.
Yeah.
What was your 5?
Okay, my 5 are listening to other people speak.
Yes.
Or whatever, and I draw inspiration from them. Tapping into the unconscious mind through meditation, so that's where we met.
Okay.
So that's where we crossed over. Changing up my space. Leaving my building, going for a walk. Computer work does not inspire me.
No.
Neither does scrolling social media. And that's it.
Okay.
That's all I got.
So you got some things that don't, some things that do.
I guess we didn't exactly...
You guys can tell us in the comments if you felt like maybe we missed a parallel so that Katie can get.
Okay, so here's the parallel. If we want to,
if we want to get make fetch work, okay, let's see what happens.
Walking is physical activity. So I do generate some ideas from physical activity. However, if it's super hard physical activity like running or really focusing on like lifting some heavy weight, I'm not getting ideas. I'm in more of a no-thought space.
In no-thought space.
Yeah, I'm in a no-thought space, which is actually beneficial.
Yes.
You can just focus on what you're doing, but I'm not generating a lot of thoughts at that point. Walking, yes.
I actually, so this is actually something interesting before we kind of share the community ideas here is, paradoxically, from what you just said, I actually find that when I am lifting heavy weights, and I can't have thoughts because I have to focus, it's not that thoughts come through, and maybe you guys relate to me, it's not that thoughts come through, but visions or ideas or aha moments in the midst of that non-thinking, in the before-thinking mind. That's when, for me, some of the best stuff comes out. I'm gonna give you the walking as a bonus. You can tell me later what special dinner I have to take you out to. All right. I want to share some bonuses from the community here. We love you guys so much. Thanks for tuning into this one. I'm going to give a couple shout-outs here. James writes in and says, I get inspired by looking at other people's work. So whether that's creative work or culinary arts, whatever, just getting that inspiration. So thanks, James, for writing with that one. You actually mentioned this one in the extra bonuses here at the end is like, if I'm by myself, maybe nothing. But sometimes creativity comes in when other ideas smash up against each other. So kind of being in I don't want to call it a debate, but being in some sort of conversation with other people, it just kind of provokes.
It is. It's kind of weird. Even if we're not really talking about the one thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that other idea just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe I heard a word or something just brought up the idea.
Yeah.
So that does happen.
It does. It's like creativity happens when ideas smash up against each other like atoms, and then some new thing is formed. And then actually, it's another one was basically it's kind of crazy wisdom in this one is not trying to solve the problem. So you actually solve the problem by not trying to solve. So it's the more you squeeze your brain, as I kind of mentioned in a social post earlier about when you need to poo, like think. The more you squeeze, the more you try to force it through. It's almost like it's resisting coming out. It's like the more it doesn't want to. But you're like, fine, I give up. I surrender. Like there's a thing of spiritual surrender. Like I'm just gonna go do something else, and then.
Or it might come the next day.
Or it comes
after
the
you
next
went
day.
to sleep.
After you went to sleep. You know, all those things. So
lots of ideas come up in sleep.
They do. So listen, if you guys got a lot of value out of today, we'd love it if you'd hit that like button, give us a little heart, give us whatever you want to give us. Obviously, subscribe and follow us on all our social channels, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We're pretty much everywhere, LinkedIn right now. And then obviously hit that bell to be notified of any of our future content. So Thank you guys for watching another episode of our Pursuit Live episodes. We've got a lot more amazing stuff to come from you. Again, I'm Patrick.
And I'm Katie.
And we love to see you guys in the next one. And until we see you again, may the fire within lead to happiest heights. Can you finish this one out?
And the road you travel be lined with light.
She's got it, folks. She's got it. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.